Of all religions, the best religion is to chant the name of Lord and the maintain pure conduct. सभी धर्मों में से सबसे अच्छा धर्म प्रभु के नाम का जाप करना और शुद्ध आचरण बनाए रखना है. Unit 1 Solid State Lecture 3 by Amrik Singh. Dear students, today we are going to discuss the closed pack structure. First of all, closed packing in one dimension. In this packing, sphere arranged in a row as shown below. Here, sphere arranged in a row. And in this packing, one sphere touches other two spheres. Therefore, coordination number of this packing is 2. Now, second one is closed packing in two dimension. In two-dimensional closed pack structure can be generated in two different ways: square closed packing and a hexagonal closed packing. We are first drawing the square closed packing. Sphere of the second row are placed just below the first, and so on. In this packing, one sphere touches four other spheres. Pink sphere are touching the red sphere. Therefore, coordination number of this packing is 4. Hexagonal close packing, the spheres of the second row are placed in the depressions of the first row. And spheres of the third row are placed in the depressions of second row or just below the first row. Spheres of the fourth row are placed in the depressions of third row or just below the second row. In this packing, one sphere touches 6 other spheres. Okay, and the coordination number of this packing is 6. Close packing in 3 dimension. It is practical one. The close packing in 1 dimension and 2 dimension is not the practical one. But close packing in 3 dimension, it is practical one, and hexagonal pattern is used here. In this packing, spheres of the second layer. No, first layer I am forming here. We will have all the spheres are present in depression, and sphere of second layer are placed again on the depression of the first layer. Second layer is constructing here. Sphere are on the depressions, and tetrahedral void, the empty space between 4 touching spheres, and octahedral void, empty space, spherical empty space among 6 touching sphere. The concept of void we will discuss later on in detail. Now, based on the position of the third layer, this packing is of 2 types. First is ABAB type or hexagonal close packing, SCP. In this packing, sphere of the third layer are placed on the tetrahedral void. The coordination number of this packing is 12. This kind of arrangement is found in metals like magnesium, zinc. Second packing is ABC, second pattern, that is cubic close packing or FCC. In this packing, sphere of the third layer are placed on the octahedral void. Coordination number of this packing is again 12. Metals such as copper, silver crystallizes in this structure. Here the question generally asked, what is the coordination number of SCP, hexagonal close packing, or cubic close packing or FCC? It's the very important question generally asked from this section. Okay, now void, the empty space among touching spheres in packing is called a void. It is of 2 types. First one is the tetrahedral void, where a sphere of the second layer is above the void of the first layer. A tetrahedral void is formed. These voids are called tetrahedral void because a tetrahedron is formed when the centers of these 4 spheres are joined. Let us see in the diagram. Now, these are the 4 touching spheres. The spherical space among these 4, in between these 4 touching spheres, is known as tetrahedral void. More clear, tetrahedral void is shown the spherical space by the arrow. Now, there is octahedral void formed by the combination of 2 triangular voids of the first layer and second layer. Okay, and the spherical space again will be present here among 6 touching spheres. That's why this is called the octahedral void, and such void are surrounded by 6 spheres and called octahedral voids. Is the concept all about the concept of void. Now, Note number 1, if the number of packed spheres n, then number of octahedral void will also be n, and number of tetrahedral void will be 2n. In other words, we say that if packing spheres are 100, octahedral void will also be 100, and tetrahedral void will be doubled, that is 200. Now note, if the radius of packing sphere is r, then the radius of tetrahedral void is 0.225 r, and the radius of octahedral void is 0.414 r. You may say that the octahedral void is bigger than tetrahedral void. Now, formula of a compound and number of wires fields. In ionic structure, generally bigger ion, that is anions, form the close packed structure, and the smaller anion, generally cations, occupy the voids. If the later ion is small enough, then the tetrahedral void is occupied. If bigger than octahedral void is occupied. Not all the tetrahedral and octahedral voids are occupied. In a general compound, the fraction of octahedral and tetrahedral void are occupied depend upon the chemical formula of the compound. Let's check your knowledge, do some numerical problems. We have a compound formed by the two elements X and Y. Atom of the Y anion make up the CCP. Y are the packing spheres. Those of the present X occupy all the octahedral void. Now packing sphere is Y, therefore number of packing sphere, that is Y, is equal to 100, and number of octahedral void is 100. Therefore all the octahedral void are filled, therefore number of X atom will also be 100, and the formula will be X100, Y100 or XY. Second numerical is atom of B element form the HCP, means B are the packing sphere, and those of element A occupy 2/3 of the tetrahedral void. What is the formula of compound formed by element A and B? Now let us the number of B element is equal to 100, then tetrahedral void will be 200, and A atom will be, that is 2/3 of the tetrahedral void, 200 multiplied by 2/3, that is 400/3, and the formula will be A 400/3 and B 100, that is A 4B3. Now it is the homework for you. Next, what is meant by coordination number? The total number of sphere touching to a given sphere is called its coordination number. What is the coordination number? CCP. CCP is, it is you know, the 12, and body center it is 8. Now homework, some questions are given based on our concept we studied today, and we will have to solve these questions. These are all the questions from NCERT book. Okay, if we solve these questions, we are solving the NCERT exercise. And answer also provided. If you solve, match your answer. कबीर गर्भ न कीजिए, रंको न हंसिए कोए, अजो सो नाओ समुंदर में, क्या जानो क्या होए. Kabir ji says, oh man, do not be proud of your wealth, and do not laugh at poors. Your lifeboat is still out at sea. Who knows what will happen? Thank you for watching.